And when you come from that place, I find that it comes together for you.
You guys hear that?
Place of
What
common
you said
sense.
or what he said?
Well, I said it.
You said something. You
I
said
said it, but
common
not-
sense, but it was like part of a sentence where it's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
looking at it from a common sense.
I didn't even do that a little bit.
And you know, as Josh said, it may sound picky, but right now is the time to stop it. Because you
before
pick up
get
habits.
cemented in
You
your
say
head.
it 10 times, and now
Now,
you
foundation is all you're
right.
saying.
Yeah.
And you've said it in the last
Yeah.
3 run-throughs, and I have to
Right.
get you to stop saying foundation. It's the structural component of the window. It's the frame is the structural component of the window. All right. All right. You use Joshism, use it great. Since the dawn of time, since they've been cutting a hole in a wall to look out of, they've been building windows out of this. This is an old growth wood, right? You said since time of dawn, we making
There was something kind of weird.
it was screwy. Since the dawn of time, since they've been cutting a hole in a wall to look out of and putting glass in there, they've been making out of this. This is old growth wood, right? So, so you said this is not available anymore. I think it's sharp. We cut it all down. It's not just it's not available to you. It's just not around there, right? We cut it all down. Only place you find old growth is in protected forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we cut it all down. It's not just not available. We cut it all down. It's just stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And then, all right, So you're throwing stuff in there, but just you have to get it tighter. Redwood sills. You said, in the 1920s home, the other side got redwood.
Right.
Redwood what? Redwood, it's a redwood sills. That's what they built those sills out of. They're rock solid. They're like concrete today. So it's a redwood sill. It's like saying 16th of a, 1/16. We built our windows to 1/16. 1/16 of an inch.
Yeah.
It's the redwood sills.
Yeah, you got to remember the homeowners don't know anything.
No.
Yeah, and like you referred to, you corrected yourself, like the IG. Like as a home, I don't know what IG means.
I have that. I
Yeah.
have an IG unit,
Right.
insulated glass unit.
Right.
Explain to like I said, it's one sentence for me because I like to confuse the homeowner with saying, "Oh, it's the IG unit, the insulated glass unit."
Yeah.
Now it matches. I just confused them, and then I did them a favor and came down to their level without them going, I don't know what this guy's talking about, and I feel stupid.
Right.
It's really kind of crazy.
If you said IG insulated glass 3 times, can you say IG the 4th time?
I the habit is the insulated glass unit, IG unit, insulated glass unit. Like I said, it's like one word to me, and it just and I constantly say it. So, again, okay. So on the wood, if you get a 1-year warranty on a wood window today, dual pane glass, you'd be fortunate. Hurd and Colby, 6 months, 1 year. I mean, no one's giving you it's new growth wood. No one's giving it to you, and so you need to stress that. If you could get a 1-year warranty on this product, you'd be lucky. Most people are like 6 months. Is this something that you're interested in? No. Oh, all right. And on top of it, it's about $2,000 and up and opening. You get price of Colby window like $3,000.
Oh yeah.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, again, I've
And just the way you asked the question, like Josh said at the end, is this something that you'd be interested in? I don't know. I don't remember the exact terms he was using, but it wasn't as. It was just like, you don't want this. I mean, don't put words in the homeowner's
Don't assume.
mouth. Yeah, don't assume.
right. No,
Because-
softer. It's ask them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get their feedback. That's their tie down. Their tie down is at the end. They've said everything that's going to bite them in the butt at the end.
Yeah.
That's because they've said it, not you. You didn't tell it to them. They said, "So is this a kind of window that you're interested in putting in your home?" No, I don't want that kind of maintenance. I certainly don't. Okay, great. And on top of that, I mean, these aren't cheap. They're like $2,000 and up and opening. Yeah. So they got rid of that. They got away from that. And they came up with this. It's aluminum. You just take it through. It's aluminum. It's a conductor of heat and cold. It's the most energy inefficient window out there. You said you wanted energy efficiency. Is this something that you were thinking about putting in the home? Well, not now after you told me about the problems with it. Okay, great. And then you price condition on that. So at the end, when they say, well, I want to get some other quotes. Oh, do you mind if I ask you who you're getting a quote from? Yeah, I was going to have Milgard out here. Oh, so you still are interested in the plastic window? Well, is that all they have? Well, that's what they're going to come out and pitch you. They do have a fiberglass window, but you said you didn't want that in your home either. So just help me out here. They've already committed that they don't want these products. So that's how you tie them down. That's what the sales part of this is being able to do that in an effective manner, right? Because the presentation part is closing all the doors. The sales part at the end is just calling them on their shit.
It's like a voyeur. Like you said this.
You said this, and so just help me out. I mean, and that's when you get to the point when someone goes, Josh, you give me no choice. You know you've done your job. You give me, I either do nothing or I go with you. That's kind of how that's really what it boils down to. So, you said it's a conductor of heat with aluminum. What's it a conductor of?
Temperature.
Heat or cold.
Yeah.
Hot or cold. So finish up. In the winter, bringing cold in the house. In the summer, it's bringing heat into the house. It's conducting your heat. I mean, so the hot and cold. It's a finish up that statement. Okay, the great transition for the aluminum clad is, listen, so they had the wood, the problems with that, and they had the problems with aluminum, so they tried to solve the two problems by joining the materials together. They wanted the insulating value of the wood, they wanted the protecting value of the aluminum, but in theory it's a pretty good idea, but in practicality it doesn't work, just because, we talked about the condensation, and it's still the same. And now it's dripping onto the new growth wood, and it's not even getting any air in there, so the wood's staying wetter longer. So it's rotting from the inside out. You don't even see it. You landed a bit hard on the class action lawsuit. You said there's a class action lawsuit against this stuff. That's like he who doth protest too much. It's like, there are a couple of class action lawsuits that are going on with Pell and Marvin like that. They're not bad companies, it's just poor design. It's much softer.
There is a fine
line when
between being a consultant and having an agenda.
Yeah.
And those people are going to read you like this guy's just saying bad, to where it comes off a lot more soft. Like you make the decision. I'm just giving you the information.
Joey's absolutely right. I mean, it's the subtle. Like we talk about, it's the subtleties. Crisp versus fuzzy, and the subtleties and the things that you say really will make your job so much easier, or can make it hard. Just like, have you had any other contractors out here? You just put yourself on the level of a contractor. Just simple statement like that, because they hear that and they're like, no, you're the first contractor I've got. So anyway, all right. Softer on that. There's a fine line. Fiberglass. I don't spend too much. You missed this. I don't spend too much time on the fiberglass. It only makes up about 2% of the market. And then you want you to use hand signals. If you're going to, and another problem with the fiberglass is it can't be welded. It has to be glued and screwed. So you have a material. Look, it's very visual to the client. So I have a window that's glued and screwed, and it's flexible as we talked about, and it's in your house, and your house is shifting, so that seam is flexing. They're not even looking at me, they're looking at this seam that I've created for them. And what do they see? A flexing seam. Just like contractor's handshake. A flexing seam. So, if you have fiberglass, glued and screwed, and it's flexing in the joint, you can have water intrusion in there. Get it up there, out of your face, not here. You just get it up here. That's the corner of a window. And Doug's been doing it. I've seen him do it.
So, quick question on that. So, if we're bringing up the fact that you I feel like that hints that you want a window to flex a little bit to absorb the seismic activity.
No,
you
want a strong, sturdy window, not one that flexes.
Because then the thought in my mind is, well, if Fiberx so sturdy and durable, and my house there's an earthquake, then isn't everything around?
It's never come up.
Yeah, that's not going to be.
It's never come up. Don't
Too much
overcomplicate
thinking.
it.
Good.
All right. Holy crap. The first thing you got to do is put the vinyl in their hands. You're like holding it. You're like, what do you think this is? He's like, I know. And Doug's like, can I feel it? I was like, holy crap. No, the move is, so. I mean, maybe it is. So tell me what this is. Just get it in their hands immediately. If you're making that move to the vinyl,
Okay.
the plastic, get that in their hands. Let them tell you what it is. Well, it feels like plastic to me. They've just told you what that window is. And so now you're like, well, it actually is. The industry doesn't like that term. They call it vinyl. So they just made the association from vinyl to plastic. That simple. They told you it was plastic. You told them it was vinyl because the industry doesn't like to call it plastic. It's the exact same thing. And now they're going, son of a bitch. That last guy that came out here, whether they told you they had someone else or not, because some people will just lie and keep it to themselves. That's a plastic window he's pitching me? They make the association, but they made it, not you. You tell me what this is. What do you think this is? Well, plastic. Or if they're smart, they're like, this vinyl window. Well, yeah, I guess you've looked at them. That's the only reason they know it is that they've done a little bit of research and they kind of show their hand there. But they're like, yeah, it's vinyl. It is. That's the industry term for it because people don't like to call it plastic. It's plastic. It's PVC, polyvinyl chloride. It's an oil-based product. So your plastic could have been a little bit stronger. You know, put it in their hands. It expands. It contracts. It twists. It warps. It fades. You started talking about the chair in the backyard before you talked about what this was doing. So the tie down is like just like the chair in your backyard, the plastic chair. That after a couple of years, it's all faded, and you're nervous to sit in it because I just told you all these things. They're like, yeah, the legs kind of splaying out like this because it's getting weaker as the oil base is off gassing. That chair is literally breaking down. So, yeah, that's the follow up with that. Gliding beams,
Right.
glazing beads.
Yeah.
I knew that you just got hooked up on that because I've heard you say the glazing beads, but yeah, it's glazing beads. IG unit, insulated glass unit. Tie down on the vinyl. The transition from vinyl can be stronger. That story is so powerful. And it's not $250 million. It's $210 million if you're going to say it. One of my guys looked it up. $25 million in today's money. In 1959, it equates to about $210 million today. If you're going to say it correctly because it's still a lot of money. But the transition is the story. If you say it, it's so powerful because you're like, we actually developed the first vinyl window in 1959. We spent $25 million going into the vinyl business, setting up shop. 3 years later, after seeing what it was doing in the sun, we scrapped the entire project and went back to the drawing board. We walked away from a $210 million investment in today's money. Went back to the drawing board and developed this for the next 30 years and put it in their hands. Again, you were holding the Fibrex. Like, it was like your little baby over here. And I'm like, what are you doing? Get it in their hands. Let them feel it. And he was reaching for it again. He's like, can I see that? Let them make these decisions. They're making these subconscious decisions that happen in their brain. When you hand them that crappy plastic and then you hand them this beast of a Fibrex material, when you've already got them to commit that the frame is the most important thing 20 minutes ago. And so now when they say, oh, I'll still look around, for what are you going to look around for? You call them on it. You hold them to what they've said. So that tie down on the vinyl, that story is so powerful. Put the Fibrex in the hands. You talked about the Trex decking, and you did a good job, but you were moving so fast. You want the client to hear you when you say, yeah, it's amazing. It's cost about 5 times the price. You did say it, but it just was like, it cost about 5 times a normal wood deck. People start, all they do while you're sitting at home is they're trying to figure out how much this is going to be. Yeah. And they're trying to, all the information you're giving them, they're just doing some math. They're trying to put some numbers to it 5 times. Oh, is this going to be 5 times the cost of a vinyl window?
The more times you can price condition, the better. And that's one of your opportunities.
Uh-huh. Because they'll literally go in their head 5 times. I got a price for $10,000 for vinyl. Does that mean they're going to be $50,000? Some people are terrible at numbers. Some people are good at numbers. You get the engineers that they're literally just trying to figure it out. So, and